The mirror principle is a powerful tool that can dramatically change your life. It does not require specific actions or complex strategies. Its essence is to become what you want to be. For example, if you dream of becoming a millionaire, you must first develop the appropriate inner state. Until you change from the inside out, external circumstances will remain the same. If you do not believe in your capabilities, reality will only confirm your doubts. The first and most important lesson of the mirror principle is that inner change leads to transformation of the outer world. Once you have mastered this principle, you will be able to turn everything you touch into success. However, this will require you to bravely face your inner fears and limitations. It may not be the most pleasant experience, but if you're ready to make a profound change, this approach will work for you. In this piece, I'll share an important exercise that I continue to practice to this day and explain how the mirror principle can change your life. Reality is a mirror that reflects your relationship with yourself and the world around you. Your inner world shapes your outer reality. What does this mean in practice? Let's go back to the millionaire example. If your beliefs about money are that you are incapable of earning it, then reality will reflect that belief. You will constantly be confronted with circumstances that confirm your inability. The world will provide more and more evidence that you are right in your lack of self-belief. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. Many of us, consumed by the hustle and bustle of modern life, social media and technology, have lost touch with our inner wisdom and true self. We have become hostage to the outside world, forgetting that its reflection is only a consequence of our inner state. Let's look at the key aspects that will help you shape your reality according to your desires. The law of attraction, often talked about, states that reality is a mirror. But for it to reflect what you want, you need to understand its essence. The mirror principle shows that reality reflects two things: your relationship with yourself and with the world around you. Simply put, what you see in the mirror of reality is a reflection of your perception of yourself and the world around you. If you look at yourself and see flaws, if you are convinced you are not good enough to succeed, then reality will reflect that. You will receive confirmation that you are not capable of success because you believe it yourself. The mirror principle teaches us that change must begin within us. Only by changing our internal attitudes and beliefs can we change our external circumstances as well. This principle can be your guide to new opportunities and successes if you are willing to change internally. The reality mirror principle is based on the idea that the world around us reflects our inner beliefs and thoughts. In a way, the mirror of reality is like a faithful friend who is always ready to confirm what you believe. Rather than trying to directly manipulate what you see in the reflection, it is important to learn how to transform the image you project in front of the mirror. This can be compared to influencing a person. If you tell them don't do that, they are likely to do exactly what you have forbidden. However, if you take a motivational approach and inspire him by explaining the potential negative consequences and offering compelling reasons to avoid certain actions, the person is more likely to accept your influence. Similarly, our job is to influence reality indirectly. The mirror of reality only reinforces what you broadcast to it. It will always reflect what you believe to be true in your mind, both about yourself and the world around you. This is one of the most important aspects of understanding the mirror principle. The question is, how do you change this dynamic? How do you break the pattern and consciously choose what you want to see in your life? The key is to create a new identity and worldview. First of all, it's important to be clear about what you want to achieve in the long term. Imagine what you want to be in 10 years. What activity will bring you satisfaction every day? What will make your life fulfilling and meaningful? Ask yourself, who am I now? What characteristics and character traits do I need to achieve my goals? What qualities do I need to possess to realize my dreams? Next, think about how you perceive the world as you live in this reality. What is your worldview as you realize your dreams? How do you see the world around you when you are in a state of success and harmony? Spend time forming powerful affirmations that will support your new identity. Start by creating affirmations about your identity. For example, you might say, I am worthy of the best, I am a magnet for abundance because I carry the magic touch of an alchemist. Then create affirmations related to your perception of the world, such as, the world is working out in my favor, everything is happening at the right time and according to the divine plan. Dedicate yourself to repeating these affirmations daily and getting into them. Over time, you will begin to notice incredible changes in your reality. The way you see the world will begin to transform right before your eyes. Even if your goal seems unattainable today, it doesn't mean you won't be able to achieve it tomorrow. This process takes time, practice, and patience. Respect your time, but also don't let fears stop you from succeeding. The task of working with affirmations and changing your beliefs has the power to radically change your life. Now let's look at the second key aspect. Reflection in the material world is formed with a delay. Why does this happen? Within us, in our inner world, we can create an image instantly, just by closing our eyes and visualizing what we want to see. However, in the physical world, in our dimension, this process occurs with a certain delay. Understanding this delay is an important step towards conscious transformation. If you know that changes in reality do not happen instantly, it will help you to remain patient and persistent. Visualization, affirmations, and changing your beliefs take time before they begin to reverberate in your environment. So keep practicing this approach, knowing that everything is happening at the right time and according to your inner plan. Eventually, you will be able to see how your new worldview is shaping your reality and bringing you the results you desire. In the physical dimension, any changes take time to manifest. This is because matter is dense and subject to the laws of nature, so everything cannot happen instantaneously. This brings us to the next important key. You need to keep faith in your desires long enough for them to become reality. What does this mean in practice? You must stay true to the identity and the world you have created in your imagination until your goal begins to materialize into reality. If you are striving for some kind of change, start by adopting the image of someone who has already achieved that success. Ask yourself, how would that person act? And stick with that behavior until it becomes a natural part of you. An interesting phenomenon is seen when people begin to make conscious changes in their lives. They form a belief, establish a new identity, and begin to expect that their goal will soon materialize. But when the result doesn't appear immediately, their mood worsens, and with it their belief in success. Often it is at the moment when a person almost gives up that the result suddenly appears. But because the person had previously experienced negative emotions and doubts, the result may not live up to expectations and will soon begin to deteriorate. This process reflects the cycle of ups and downs that many people experience in their lives. Avoiding this cycle is difficult, but possible. The key to successfully realizing your goals is to stay true to your new identity and worldview that you have created. This is the most effective way to achieve significant change. Now let's move on to the next important key that has a profound impact on your life and that I practice daily. You need to realize that the mirror of reality does not reflect the very nature of your thoughts, but their purified content. What does this mean? Imagine that you are constantly expressing dissatisfaction, such as hating your job, your boss, or the bills you have to pay. The mirror of reality would not reflect the hatred itself, it would reflect the specific content of your thoughts. For example, if you keep saying, "I hate bills," you will get more bills. If you think, "I hate my job," situations will arise that will further increase your dissatisfaction with your job. So, the more you complain about the things you have and the things you don't want, the more these undesirable things will reverberate in your life, giving you more and more reasons to complain. This leads to a vicious cycle in which you continue to reaffirm your negative worldview. The difference between a scarcity mentality and an abundance mentality is one of perception. It's a simple matter of whether you see the glass as half full or half empty. Applying this principle to life is pretty simple. Focus on what you want and what you already have. To make a difference, start focusing on the aspects of your life that already bring you joy and fulfillment. Notice the successes you have achieved, the wonderful family you have, all the things that make your life better. Think about it. What do I want and what will make my life fulfilling and exciting? Imagine what that might look like and what feelings it will evoke. This image may be a little blurry at first, but as you focus more and more on what you want, it will become clearer. Continue to keep your focus on what you want and what you already have. Over time, the gap between your current reality and your desired life will begin to narrow. Your positive perception and focus on success will help you overcome the delay in manifesting what you want and achieve the goals you seek. When you start pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone, the desired life gradually gets closer. That is the third key. Now let's move on to the fourth key, which, although last, is no less important. Managing the mirror cycle can change everything forever. Having mastered this process, you will stop feeling uncertainty in your actions and will literally watch reality change before your eyes. The place to start is with observation. Pay attention to those old attitudes you had in the past, all the complaints, unpleasant events and unconscious decisions. All of this is your current moment. When you look at your life and encounter, for example, an unpleasant job or bills that need to be paid, this becomes your point of reference. You observe it and use it to form your internal image and attitude. When I say image, I'm referring to the inner state, the thoughts and feelings we show to the mirror of reality. Once we form that image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. As a result, it begins to shape reality according to that image. However, what happens in practice? Most people look at the reflection over and over again, trapped in a cyclical process. It is a vicious cycle that many people fall into. People see the same situation, experience the same thing over and over again, and eventually come to think, why is this happening over and over again? What am I doing wrong? Then they start trying different tactics and strategies, trying to launch a new business or change their approach, and while something may work for a short time, they go back to the same pattern. This happens because there has not been a fundamental change in their worldview and identity. One key thing to remember here is that for real change, you have to change the cycle itself. Most people start by observing, then creating an image, and then getting a reflection. This is the standard cycle for those in the puppet position. If you want to become a co-creator of your reality, however, you need to reverse the cycle. I say this because I went through this myself for many years of my life. But when I really realized this cycle, everything changed. To break it, you need to start with the image you want to create. Stop focusing on your current reality and realize that what surrounds you now is the result of past decisions. If I want to create tomorrow, I have to consciously choose what it will be like today. So, we start with an image. When you choose an image and say, "This is what I want," the mirror has no choice but to begin to reflect that image. This can happen gradually, step by step, little by little. The changes in your life will happen gradually and with a certain delay. Instead of just observing results, it is important to affirm your intentions. When you look in the mirror of reality and see the reflection of your efforts, you will begin to realize that it is really working. If you need more self-confidence, over time you will notice that people will start to treat you with more respect. If you are committed to improving some aspect of your work or business, you will gradually see positive changes. Even if it feels like the world around you is falling apart, focus on those things that align with your new worldview and your chosen identity. The main idea is to keep affirming and reaffirming your chosen images. The more persistently you do this, the more change you will observe, and eventually it will exceed your expectations. If you start using these principles, your life will change dramatically. I know this because I've been through it myself. In the beginning, on my spiritual path, I doubted these ideas, but the results have exceeded my expectations. Things I never dreamed of began to come into my life. When we immerse ourselves in the process of interacting with the mirror of reality, we discover that our inner strength is far more significant than we realized. What we see around us is a reflection of our beliefs, identity and worldview. The secret to transformation is to not just observe reality, but to consciously shape our destiny through the images we create. When we form a new image, the mirror of reality gradually begins to respond to it. These changes may be small, but over time they lead to profound transformations. The mirror of reality knows no boundaries and responds to what we offer it. Like an alchemist turning lead into gold, we can transmute our lives by adopting a mindset of abundance and focusing on what we already have and what we want to achieve. Our journey through the mirror of reality is about finding the truth within ourselves and celebrating our ability to create, innovate and transcend. I hope these insights will be an inspiration to you, helping you create the reality of your dreams. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated in your heart, I invite you to give a like, subscribe to our channel and share this video with others so they can also benefit from these ideas. Don't forget to leave a comment below and share your thoughts and experiences. Thank you again for watching and for joining me. Take care, and see you soon.